Hello everyone, this is my second video, and in this video we are going to talk about Python sets. A set is basically a list without any duplicates. So to create a set, we can simply pass in a list of values that set to the set function. So I have a set here that just takes numbers 11 to 15. Then I'm printing that out. So by executing this command, I will get my output set. As you can see, my output set contains curly brackets instead of square brackets. So I can create a set by replacing the set function with these numbers inside the curly braces like this and still get the same result. But one thing to note here is this: if you want to create an empty set, then you can't just simply get rid of all these values inside the curly braces, because that will create an empty dictionary, not an empty set. So to create an empty set, you actually have to make use of set function and pass no parameters so that you get an empty set. We also know that set removes duplicate values. So if I add in some of the same numbers here to the end of our set, say 13, 14 and 15, and if I run it, then you can see that in our set we still just get the 5 values and no repetitions. No repetitions at all. Okay, now let's get started with the functions. So just like with a list, we can also add and remove values from a set. So let's say we want to add some more values. So to add a new value, we use the function .add and write a value in the bracket that we want in our set. So if we want to run this s1.add16, if we run this, we will get the value added to our set. So you can see 16 is added to our set. But what if I wanted to add multiple values to my set? Then I will use the update method and pass in a list or another set. So if we wanted to add the values 16, 17, 18, then instead of just doing add, which will add one value, I could say s1.update, and in the brackets we can pass in a list of values we want to add. So now if we run that, then we can see that the list of values 16, 17 and 18 is added to the set. We can also use update with another set here. So s2 equals to 17, 18 and 19, and now within our update, let's update with this list of 16, 17, 18 and also add in s2 like this. So if I run this, we will get the list of 16, 17, 18 and the set s2 added to our set, and as usual duplicate values will be removed. As you can see, all the duplicate values are removed. Okay, so now what if I wanted to remove some values from my set? Then we can either use remove or discard methods. Remove or discard methods. So let's look at the difference between the two of these. So if I wanted to remove the value of 15 from s1, then I can simply say s1.remove 15, and if I run that, then we can see that the value is removed. So as you can see here, no 15 is there. If we use discard methods here, that will give us the exact same result like remove, discard, dot. Then what is exactly the difference between these two? The difference between remove and discard is if we try to remove a value that doesn't currently exist in our set with remove method, it will give us a key error where the value doesn't exist. Let's say remove, remove 20, maybe 120, no issue. So it will give us a key error, but if we do the same with discard method, it won't give any error, rather it will output the set with all the values that already exist. So that's the difference between remove and discard. So now let's look at some more useful methods like intersection, difference and union. For this, let's create some more sets like I already have created, like these. They have some overlapping values, they have some unique values. So let's say that we want to get a set of values that are in all of these sets. For this, we use intersection method. So to do this, I'll create a new set and call it S4, and our new set will just be S1 dot intersection S2. This will give me all of the values that are in S2 that are also in S1. So if I print the set S4, then we can see that we get a set of 12 and 13. I'm sorry. We get a set of 12 and 13, which are in both the sets S1 and S2. So now what if I add S3 as an argument? S3 as an argument here to our intersection here. So this will give us all the values which are in S2 and S3 that are also in S1. That is 13. Now what if we want the values that are different? So to do that, we use difference method. So if I want to see what values are in S1 that are not in S2, then I can say S1 dot difference S2, and then pass in S2 as a value. So most likely we are going to get an 11 for this, since 11 is in S1 and not in S2. So if I execute this, we can see that we did get an 11. But why it didn't also return a 14 when it is in S2 and not in S1? This is because we are running the difference method on S1. If we wanted the value that were in S2 and not in S1, then we can simply flip this. I can say S2 difference S1. So here we will get 14 as our set, because this time it was the difference method ran on S2. We can also pass in multiple sets as arguments here as well. So if I want the values that are in S2 but not in S1 or S3, then I could say S2 dot difference, then pass in S1 and S3 as arguments. So if I run it, you can see that we get an empty set, and that's because S2 doesn't have any values that aren't in either S1 or S3. The same way, if I say S3 dot difference S1 and S2, then this is saying it gives me the value that are in S3 that are not in either S1 or S2. So it will return 15 as it is the only value that is not in S1 and S2. Let's look at symmetric difference. It allows you to compare two sets. It allows you to compare two sets and get all of the differences between both the sets. So if I take S1 dot symmetric difference, S1 dot symmetric difference S2, I'll get the set of 11 and 14, which is the required set. And in this, it doesn't matter if we take S2 dot symmetric difference of S1 or which order those are in, because it's going to give us the differences from both sets altogether. Now let's look at some more functions. As we know that sets remove duplicates, so let's say that we have a list that has some duplicates. So let's just create a list with some duplicates. I've already created, say L1, and fill it with 1 2 3 1 2 3, and now we want a list that is equal to this one but without duplicates. So for this we can create another list L2 equal to the set of equal to like a set of L1, but this will cast our list to a set and remove all the duplicates, but it's still a set. So now we can simply cast this set to a list again by wrapping that result within a list, just like we have done here. So if we run this, we'll get the set of 1 2 and 3. Like, one second, if we execute this, we got 1 2 and 3. Now let's look at some more operations on sets. Here I have created three lists, one of employees, another is list of employees who have gym memberships, and the last list is of the employees who are developers. First of all, let's see which employees have gym memberships and who are also developers. So to do this, we can simply use the intersection of sets. Let's say result equals to set gym member dot intersection developers, and then print result. Now let's execute this and we will get the employees who have gym membership and who are also developers. So if I execute this, we get Arpit and Seema. Arpit and Seema are those who are also gym members and developers. Now what if I want the employees who are neither gym members or developers? So to do this, we will use the difference method on our employees and then compare that to other two lists. So I'll cast employees to a set. I'll cast employee to set, and then here comes difference gym member comma developers, and set, and then difference of two people who are not gym members, and then I'll print result. So we will get the two employees who are neither gym members nor developers. Those are Jeanette and Jagun. Now one last thing we'll see, that is membership tests. Sets are very useful for this. Let us look what exactly is the membership test? uh, like let's say if Seema in developers and print found, so it will look in the list of developers that if Seema is in the uh, list of that is if Seema is a member of that list, and if it's true it will print found. So if I execute this, it printed found. That means Seema is in developers. So thank you for watching. Hope it helped.